Holy cow, Trent! I'm already about to fall asleep because it's so late, and you get the most sleep enforcing sound on the planet. There,
That was soothing.
that was soothing. I prefer some smooth jazz to be soothing.
Yeah.
I,
Everybody, go ahead.
I thought you were just trying to remind us of the AMC Diamond Hands. There, are you still holding?
No, not AMC.
It had a nice little diamond in there. That's what it reminded me. I better check my Robinhood, see how much my $700 has grown in the last 2 years.
Or Trump.
I, I think my Venmo has grown more in the last 2 years than my Robinhood account has.
My Venmo's grown more in the last 24 hours than it ever has.
Did some underground gambling, huh?
Oh, what? Why would that be, Trent?
Well, funny you asked, Bryant. We've got a Super Bowl board, $10 a square, and we've got 6 squares left. So we sold almost 100 squares here in about 24 hours. I hope we get her sold out by the end of this podcast. So if you want in, 6 left. And I said this before we came on. Ryan doesn't know how a pool works.
Yeah.
And
So for those of us who apparently aren't big degenerates, explain it to us, Trent.
you know, I said this before we came on that I am very disappointed that your degen. Come on, man. You're just so. I have the board right here. Okay, right. So once all the squares are filled, we'll randomly draw numbers 0 through 9 and put them above random. Okay,
Okay.
on the NFC side.
Okay.
And we'll do the same thing for the NFC side. Dude, I could be Vanna White. Okay,
You're not as cute.
that's pretty differ. And then at the end of the quarter, if you're 9 and 6, and the score is 19-16, you win that quarter, or halftime, or the end of the game, and then you get either 100, 300, 100, or $500. That's
Depending on the quarter.
depending on the quarter. That's
So
how it
so
works.
it's basically all luck, huh?
Oh, it's 100% random.
Ah, okay.
100% luck.
Okay.
You know what else is 100% luck? Gambling.
Oh,
Yeah.
you apparently haven't learned the skill of counting cards, have you?
Yeah, no. That and roulette, I know how to win every single time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You put one on black, you put one on red, you win every time.
Can't lose. How'd you do at the casino? Broke even. That's like the 100th straight time.
Yeah. Which is it? Are blacks evens and then reds are odds?
I can't even remember.
I haven't really played roulette, to be honest with you.
Well, either way.
Besides Russian roulette.
Ooh.
Oh shit. Well, I was gonna say I would go with red 15 every time, but it's black 15. So I think I'd still go with 15 for Mahomes, dude. Lucky charm.
Okay. Some alternate jerseys. Come on.
Okay, Trent, put me down for one lucky square.
Oh. Do you want to pick it?
Oh,
Explain to me one more time how this works.
it doesn't. Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
yeah. Just
okay,
whichever square looks
I want
best.
to fill up the top there. Give me
Okay,
the top.
gotcha. The top is filled in. 5 left to go.
Put in Spencer Shoemaker. He just confirmed. Put him for one of those bottom rows there.
All right.
Sorry, I have bad timing right now. The TV that I've been waiting to go on sale is finally on sale, and I'm trying to figure out how to have this
Damn.
picked up tomorrow. So
Sounds like you need a get rich quick scheme.
You could pay for that TV right here.
Yes.
That's
Oh,
funny. Well, while this is going, first of all, everyone, welcome to the Monday Funcast here. It's going to be a fun one.
This is
Probably the most fun one we have. We're going to be the most fun one we have. We're talking presidential stuff today. But we need to get to Homer Bryant, which we decided today should be unbiased Bryant, but I don't think he's going to go with that. So I want Homer Bryant to go over. I think the Chiefs played this week. Like, sometimes they play in playoff games.
occasionally. Occasionally, the last 6 years, they will always make the AFC Championship game. This one, every time we play either the Bengals or the Bills, it is not a fun game to be a fan of because it's like back and forth, back and forth. There's never like you can just put the game away, and the Chiefs refuse to put the game away in this one. But holy hell, was that a now 24 hours afterwards, and I've composed myself. What a great game, man!
It was a fantastic game.
It was quarterback porn, is what it really was. Mahomes, he finally this is, and it's almost like were they just taking it easy in the regular season? Were they trying to get stuff worked out? Because these last 2 weeks, man, Miami, I was worried about them not being able to finish drives going into the Bills game, and then this game, it was just lights out. I think it was 5 completions, 20+ yards, and then 4 incompletions at one point. I mean, they were humming on also. They're just, it was incredible, man. And you guys aren't going to like hearing this, but there hasn't been a game in the last minimum 4 years where I feel nervous going into it, thinking that we're probably going to lose it. Like with Mahomes, there's always a chance. Like it sounds cocky. I know they're the villains of the NFL now, but man, like just going into that game, like even when they were going back and forth, I was getting pissed about our defense, and you guys were on the receiving end on some of the texts I was sending. But it was just one of those in the back of my mind. It's like, just calm down. You have Mahomes. You'll play. And honestly, the Bills should feel the same way with Josh Allen. The way he was playing was incredible. I think he only had 1 turnover last night. But I mean, they should have felt the same way. What's that, Ryan?
The 1 turnover got recovered by Buffalo, didn't it?
Yes. Yeah, I believe so. So yeah, because that was my angry, used to be an athlete in junior high, going, they teach you in junior high to just jump on that ball. And again, one of the opportunities where we could have just put it away, another opportunity where Nicole fumbled on the sideline. That was just a very stressful overall game. Our receivers Nicole tried to lose that game for us, but defense stepped up when they needed to. They made the second half adjustments. The first half, they were getting gouged. I'll be honest. I know they had to come back. I don't know how the Bills didn't just keep running the ball, man. James Cook looked freaking unstoppable, running for like 6-7 yards a carry every single time, and we just could not stop it until about the fourth quarter. Somehow, when we're the most tired, they stepped up and they got it done.
Did you see that James Cook, going into the fourth quarter, his over-under for his rushing yards was like 61.5. And
Yeah.
And then in the fourth quarter, I think he had like 4 carries for -6 yards. So then the under hit after he was over going into the fourth quarter.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Well, I'm telling you, those props are dirty though, man. There's so many times, like, that's why I'll never touch a QB rushing one, because it's like, what if you get like hey, I'm 5 yards ahead, and then they pull that stunt where they snap the ball, and then they're trying to burn like 2 or 3 more seconds, and then they keep stepping back, and then they lose 6 yards, or a sack. I mean, there's too many times where, like, especially a quarterback running prop, like, other than Josh Allen, holy shit, he was rushing all over the place last night. those don't feel like gimmies at all.
No, I thought it was definitely not a defensive game. It felt like the teams could do whatever they wanted to each other. Um,
Mhm.
for me, I don't really have a horse in the race. I like seeing Kansas City win for you guys, for the sake of you guys. From a
Yeah.
just a football fan, the game was a lot of fun. It would be nice. I would love to see Josh Allen have just that 1 year. Like I really would. He
Yeah.
I don't know. He's not a drama queen or anything. He has some on his team, but he kind of just does his own business. He comes from a small school right across the border from me, so I mean that's fun. But Clark pointed it out. That drop by Diggs is not talked about enough. The missed field
Yeah.
goal. Um, it's like the year that Blair Walsh went wide left. Yes, Blair Walsh went wide left, but people forget he's also the only person that put points on the board for the Vikings that game. Adrian Peterson had 2 fumbles. Nobody talks about that. We just talk about that terribly missed field goal. I thought Josh Allen played phenomenal. Mahomes played phenomenal. You guys finally didn't have receivers screw you over, although Nicole tried to do that at the end, but um,
He tried his hardest,
really,
man. He really did.
tried. But it'll be a fun game this weekend.
Now if because you can't have me talk about a game and not have a few complaints. But one, I think the refs did about as good as they could, though. Honestly, let's give us some positive, especially with the refs. No one's complaining about the officiating in this game. They did pretty well. There's a couple bad calls, but I think on both sides, if it led to one score, we're still the same, because that I still can't believe that Josh Allen lateral that went a yard and a half forward wasn't called back. But even dumber, I'm mad at the Chiefs coaches for not wanting to burn a challenge, but it's like it led to 3 points. This would have been 27-21, and it would have, honestly, and maybe that's the difference if you think about it. Would they have been as lax in the fourth quarter if they had only had to go to 3 like they did, compared to they have to score for a touchdown and they're taking those steep shots?
Yeah.
There was a couple times where both Mahomes and Allen, they got hit on a run in a playoff game and they're looking for the flag. It's like, what? I honestly think once quarterbacks get past the line of scrimmage, they need to change it to running back rules, because I'm getting tired of both sides. Mahomes got hit on where he was kind of tiptoeing down the sideline and he got hit, and they kind of gave the look, but it's like this is playoffs, man. You're going for the Super Bowl. They know you're not going to let up and run to the outside, and they can't assume that you're going to either. I think it's just It's been the biggest bullshit thing, I think, in this whole year, where a quarterback runs and then slides and goes, oh, well, they have to touch you at some point, and you can't stop on a dime when you're already kind of trying to mid-section, because you can't go high and you can't go low, and then you slide in helmet to helmet. I don't think there's an easy fix, but man, that just gets annoying. That it's always they act like they've never played football at that point, and why they get hit?
Can't touch them.
I hate it, man. I just, that's the one thing, and I've said it several times on the pod. I hate when Mahomes does it, man. It's like, you're running, man, and you're the best quarterback in the league, and you can't. I hate the half-ass. You're jogging and then you sprint for 4 more yards. It's like, you're gonna get walloped one of these times, and I'm gonna be pissed, but I'm gonna be more pissed at you. I'm surprised with as many turnovers Josh was running as hard as he did, and credit to him, he was limited in the turnover department last night, which kept this a good game.
Yeah, Mahomes is the master at that. He gets to the sidelines and then just tiptoes a couple extra yards.
Yep.
That's Rodgers did that all the time too in Green Bay. Just you know what? I'm going to give myself. Oh, never mind. You get let up. I'm going to get a couple more yards here.
I don't think he did it much this year though.
No, didn't quite get to that. He buckled under his own weight, I believe. No, didn't he get hit on his Achilles?
He's getting brought down. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Either way, just put some ivermectin on it. He'll be fine.
So you talked about the refs did a good job in this game. Do you want to move on to the next game?
I have some texts that suggest Bryant thought otherwise yesterday.
Brian kept the receipts.
Oh yeah. No, I think I'll be honest. I'm never going to say like in the moment. I saw this like on Modern Family once, and I've adopted it. Just let me have my reaction. Let me have my moment here, and then I'll calm down 24 hours later, and then I'll give you my honest review. Try and be unbiased. I did want to share one thing before we go to the Packers game. It'll take 2 seconds just to put it on the screen here. Let me know if you can.
It was the 49ers game, Brian.
It's here. Yeah, Niners 40. Can you, if you can't read it, I can read it for you. For our 2017 first round pick, we received Kansas City's first, the 27th pick, 2017 Kansas City third pick, and then 2018 Kansas City first pick. Pleasure doing business with you, Chiefs, and that's from the Buffalo Bills that traded us for the Mahomes pick. I mean, could you imagine just? I think the best comparison I saw is like that would be like you choosing the belt that your parents beat your ass with. I mean, if I was the Bills, I would honestly just delete this tweet. No one is going to know. They will now, but like I would have deleted everything about mention of how we traded for Mahomes, the perpetual heartbreaker for us. I mean, dear God, man, best trade in our franchise history. Worth got to be up there for theirs. I guess I don't know the full Bills lore, but holy shit, what a bad one for them, and what a great one for us.
Bryant mentions picking the belt you get your ass beat with. Adrian Peterson has entered the chat.
Oh, which switch? Oh, I like. Well, what do you think of this one? Spence just put in here: 2-hand touch once the quarterback crosses the line of scrimmage. I'd be okay with that. And no matter where you are, if you're up, down, if you're trying to, once 2 hands are done. And honestly, if it's sweeping one hand, they grab you where they could have dragged you down. Done. You might as well change it to that. I think you can't. You just can't do anything. The defense needs some help. This is every rule is gone. It's like 3-1. Everything goes in advantage of the offense.
The offense, yeah,
big
for
time.
sure.
Absolutely.
Update: we have 1 square left.
Man,
the grind is.
Ryan's on there, so
Yeah,
we
man.
had.
Yeah, I paid you too.
Yeah, I saw that. Your markdown is paid. I won't have to drive to the Black Hills and break your kneecaps.
That's talking like a true Detroit Lions fan over there.
Got a guy for that.
Oh no!
I'm glad this is going really well. I thought this idea might flop like Caitlin Clark, but I'm glad we're selling these out.
Oh no!
Whoa. Careful.
I'm just gonna hate on everybody today. I think that's my thing.
Player haters ball.
I don't even know you, and I fucking hate your guts.
I think you
Hey.
see. Ryan's an LSU fan, so he gets to be angry about this, and I agree 100% when you said it earlier. If that was Angel Reese, that would have been jogging off and flopped that egregiously. The news would have been all over it. Oh my God, Angel Reese causing more trouble on the court storming.
Not just flop, but you can tell very purposely pushing the fan.
Yeah, the back and forth. It's like we never know the full intent, but that looked pretty egregious. And then she handsome Squidward it, and she just flopped around.
I said, Angel Reese got so much crap at the beginning of the season for missing like 2 weeks because she was ended up being mental health she was dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And Beck and I were watching. Their last 3 games have been on lately, and then they play Thursday against number 1 South Carolina, so that's gonna be fun. So we've been watching the games. She seems to have matured big time this season, and it's great to see. The team just seems way more mature now. Kim Mulkey's still crazy, batshit crazy, but
I was just gonna say, be real. You're watching the games because you think Kim Mulkey's hot.
something about those championship wrinkles, bud.
Uh-huh.
I think on a certain website I frequent, they're called mature. All right, Trent.
Cougars.
So
anyway, there's
good.
my
I would say honest. There's your what?
There's my rant for the night. LSU basketball is treated unfairly.
Damn it. Those damn SEC teams, they never get a fair shot, do they?
They don't. It's just very Pac-12 bias.
NCAA is out to get him.
Yeah, I agree. Well, speaking of Pac-12 and kind of the West Coast here, the Niners eliminated the Packers here, 24-21.
Thank God.
Hate to see it.
If I would have had to watch an NFC Championship between Green Bay and Detroit,
I'd never thought about that.
Would have been terrible.
Yeah.
Who do you cheer for? We've talked about this.
The Lions.
Do you though? Because they've kind of been pricks lately.
I would the Lions.
Again, I'm just a hater. I'm just a hater today, but I mean, let's just put more signs up about celebrating taking people's knees out and shit like that.
See, I'm shocked that the NFL's really embraced that. The taking a knee, like I get the we're biting kneecaps. That part is kind of funny, and he said it in that. But like taking out a kneecap, it's like so tear an ACL, and we're supposed to and everyone's going yippee. I agree. That's very weird.
It's like, oh, that's not what he meant. He's going by what Dan Camp. It's okay. I think we're stretching it. You know what you're doing.
They might as well have a picture of Joe Burrow in front of Damar Hamlin saying he's such a heart stopper and put heart emojis over his eyes. And it's like, oh, oops, did we mean that guy's heart also stopped back? Oh, sorry. Just an injury, though. I mean, come on.
For me, it's like if you would have told me the beginning of the season that the Lions would be in the NFC Championship, I would have been, hey, great for them. But now it's like, you've become as bad as Eagles fans. I can't do it. I can't be happy for you.
Well, unfortunately for them, next week's going to be their last game of the season.
I am a big Niners fan all of a sudden.
Yeah, BCB led that huge game-winning drive in the fourth quarter. I mean, when is Brock Purdy going to get the credit that is due for him? Everybody,
he's not.
I know, and it's all because he was drafted last.
Yeah.
I do not understand it. There were things that were saying, Jordan Love outplayed him. It's
two big interceptions in the second half.
Look at their
stats. The game really outplayed.
Side by side, Brock Purdy had more completions, yards, touchdowns, and 0 interceptions.
So, I mean, Jordan Love, he had 194 for 2 TDs, 2 interceptions that you could argue are way more hurtful to the team than the touchdowns were helpful. And then Purdy was 252 passing for 1 touchdown and 0 interceptions. And again, 24-21, the name of the game is not turning that ball over, and that was the big difference. And I agree, man. It's the only way Purdy will ever get his dues is if he gets them to the Super Bowl now. Even if they lose to Lamar or Mahomes, which I think we'll all agree are much better than Purdy. But it's just getting crazy that, who else started their first 2 full seasons as a starter, went to their conference championship game, was Mahomes. And Purdy's done it, but it's not good enough now. Mm-hmm. You can make the argument Mahomes had Hill and Kelsey and a good coach, but Purdy's got Debo and Kittle and a good coach. Now all of a sudden it's completely different,
I mean, you could argue that ESPN, all the talking heads just drool over Josh Allen. And great, he's a great quarterback. Don't get me wrong, Josh Allen is, but Purdy is Josh Allen without all the recognition.
Yeah. About half the arm strength too. Let's be real honest.
Dude, that throw that Josh Allen threw to Diggs last night, dude, I thought that was going to go out of the stadium. Just launched
perfect pass and it just dropped.
How stressful was that for everyone? You just see a ball disappear, and then 2 seconds later, where's this fucking thing going? And then right here, it hits him on the tip of his fingers.
Yeah, it was out of frame. Insane.
You could see Purdy do a crow's hop, chuck that thing as high in the air as you go. That thing might go 45 yards. I don't know if he's got the strength to do half of that, man.
Yeah. But
I was
Go
I
ahead,
was
Ryan.
listening I was listening today, and they were talking. It was preview for the NFC Championship, and it was. And don't get me wrong, Jared Goff has been very solid, really his whole career, and he's been very solid this season. But it's nothing but Jared Goff is just super. He's better than Brock Purdy, and it's like, is he though? Like, if it weren't for one bad game, Brock Purdy was in the MVP conversation. Goff
Mhm.
never was.
Yeah, if they would have
And
won that game, he would have been MVP.
yeah, he had a bad game against Minnesota, but you're not going to have 17 perfect games. Whereas Goff has had a good season, and like I think he's had a good career. Just what makes him so much, because he went to the Super Bowl with Sean McVay, and what possibly the best defensive end to ever play the game, and Cooper Cup. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't get it.
I think I guess we can save the golf talk for Lions as well, but he's got some crazy stats too, with like taking his team to 14 wins and like a conference championship game. It's basically like him, Manning, and Brady. It's very exclusive company. It's crazy.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't think he gets the recognition he deserves. I think a lot of people like to crap on him more than anything, but I mean he's taken one team to the Super Bowl, and he's taken another team to an NFC Championship. So
Mhm.
that's a solid
But
career.
but Ryan, he has all those really good players on his team.
Oh, hey,
Well,
real
so
quick,
do all the other good quarterbacks. You know,
was there anything else Niners Packers we want to say? I mean,
Yeah,
Niners.
can we stop with the Jordan Love is the third Hall of Famer in a row? Because obviously there's got to be some little bit of development in the playmaking there.
Well,
I,
he,
there,
he did come on towards the end of the season, but I don't think
there
he's Favre or Aaron Rodgers.
Now I have to give it to Green Bay. Whoever their OC is, whoever's drawing up the plays, there are a lot of, I don't know if the defenses are bad because San Francisco has a good defense, but a lot of Jordan Love's touchdowns are players that are like 20 yards open. So whoever is drawing up the plays for Green Bay, phenomenal plays. I mean, really just phenomenal. Um, but that's when Jordan loves getting his touchdowns is wide open people. He can't make the tight throws. I really don't think he can. And there are a
Adam
lot.
Stinovich.
Okay. He does a phenomenal job, and in my opinion, he needs to be in the next round of head coach interviews if it does it again next season. But I have to see more tight throws, from Love instead of just wide open, well drawn out plays.
Now, I will have to disagree with you a little bit here, Ryan, because I think Love does look like Aaron Rodgers the way that he loses to the 49ers in the playoffs. So
I
that way they look exactly the same there, buddy.
got to keep the tradition going.
Yeah. So no, sorry. I didn't want to interrupt the Lions talk. I just figured if there's anything else, then we could just move on. We can talk about
Let's,
kneecaps and everything
let's go
else
to
here.
let's go to Lions.
So, no, I was gonna. My comparison for Goff is like again, he's good, and he was was a one of one quarterback that has taken his team to the conference championship. But notice how no one's saying, well, Goff has Amon-Ra St. Brown and Sam Laporta and a good offensive line and two
Jameer
solid running
Gibbs.
backs
Yeah.
and a good
Yeah.
defense. But that doesn't
Nope.
discredit what he's done this year because
Nope.
he's put his team where they need to be. They got a good offensive scheme, and no one discredits it. So sorry, I'm a little butthurt because every time it's like, well, Purdy can't win the playoffs, and he wins again. It's like, so how he will win a Super Bowl or I'm
Purdy,
sorry, if he did, if I'm still going to describe it, if he does win the Super Bowl, there'll somehow be another goalpost. Well,
well,
who couldn't win with that lineup?
I mean, Christian McCaffrey had a good gang.
Yeah, that's why the Panthers have won every touchdown or every Super Bowl the last 5 years because they had Christian McCaffrey, right?
I think, yeah, I think it's funny. Purdy can't win in the playoffs. He literally hasn't lost in the playoffs in a game that he finished.
Yeah.
I know.
Weird.
Anyway, moving on. Lions take care of the
One
Bucks.
one more thing I want to bitch about.
Oh no.
And another thing, I'm just pissed off about this whole knee thing. It's just really so. There's the announcer. I think it was Tirico, and he's talking about how their defensive coordinator is telling the players, see, they're you see them dropping the ball, they're doing that on purpose because they're scared of you. Yeah, because you freaking injure their players. That's why they're scared of you. And then another thing, the sideline reporter is going, oh yeah, the defense coordinator is just telling his players to hit them hard. It's like, yeah, exactly. You're telling like, I'm sorry, but this is starting to look a lot like Bounty Gate 2.0 to me, and I'm just, oh, it pisses me off.
Yeah, there's a difference between hitting hard and striking your helmet directly into a kneecap, specific like head first going for it, because that wasn't a there's no way with as tall of a tight end is that you're going for the midsection, and again, we know with a cornerback small compared to a big tight end, you're not going to be able to take them just head on, but you can't just helmet to the knee wrap. You have to wrap.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's.
And then Dan Campbell this week, yeah, that's how I tell him to play hard and go after them hard. Well, it's like, dude, like I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but this is looking a lot like Sean Payton. It really is, and it's just, and
I wonder.
then you see Justin Jefferson comment on it, and it's like this is just despicable, really.
If it happens to a bigger name, which I don't want to speak into existence, but the Niners got bigger names. I think that it's going to catch more eyes than if it happens a third time. That it feels like they're dismissing it, but I think it's just because like you can have freaky back-to-back things, and it's just like, well, that's bad luck. But if it happens a third time, then it's okay. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 3 times, I can't walk because you shattered my ACL.
Yeah, exactly, and I hope it doesn't come to that. But man, something it just seems like there's a. I like the tough play mentality. Baltimore has that. I do like the tough. I'm not talking about going out and killing anybody, Ray Lewis, but I like. I'm just hating on everyone today. But when it comes to just going out and purposely hurting people, which sorry, but it looks like this team is doing that. That's just dumb.
Now let's talk about some positive here. Let's flip it around because we're being negative Nellies here.
I think I'm done with my rants now.
Yeah. Again, these are the Lions going to the NFC Championship. They haven't won a playoff game since '91, and they've won 2, and they're going to the NFC Championship versus the Niners, who have kind of been a mainstay there for the last. It seems like the last decade they've been there about half the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, again, props to them for what they've put together, and it's just, and it's what has made the Chiefs what they are, is they're doing it so much with all of that young talent they have. I think the first 3 rounds they hit on every single pick and their main contributors. It was it's Branch, the safety. It's not Dion. Is it Dion Branch that's the safety for him, or Brian Branch?
I don't think it's Dion.
Anyway, Jahmyr Gibbs, stud.
Fantastic.
Sam Laporta, stud. Jack Campbell, stud. And then that, I believe it's Brian Branch, the safety for him. Again, it doesn't matter, but they've had 4 main contributors. That Branch was the one that had the pick 6 versus Kadarius Toney when he volleyed it to him over his shoulder, and he ran it for a pick 6 to win the week 1 here. So I mean, they're doing it. They have some studs, and they have just really hit a bunch of home runs with their draft picks as well.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, I can't. Someone made a post that said he looks like if Waluigi played defensive end with how big and gangly his strides are, and I can't unsee it. But holy shit! Like when everyone's like, "Well, who was it? Jawan Taylor was jumping off sides when the tackles do get that jump, and Collinsworth was just being a bitch." I would be jumping every single time too if I had to go against Aiden Hutchinson, dude. That guy's a fucking beast, and
He's amazing.
How do you stop that? For however 60 plays a game, he's going to get by you probably about minimum 10 times, it feels like.
Yeah, so Trent brought this up last week, and I somewhat dismissed it, and then I was thinking about it today, and it's kind of sad thinking about it, and it's that the Vikings right now are looking like their future is basically 4th place at the moment. It's like the Bears at least have draft picks. You don't know what you have with Justin Fields. I don't know. I'm not ready to call him a bust, but I'm not ready to call him an amazing quarterback.
But at least they have their young quarterback.
Yeah,
It's-
and they have the potential to grab another one with the number one pick this year, and don't they
Yeah.
have another top 10 or top 15 pick?
They have two
Um,
picks in the top 10, I believe.
yeah, so they have a bunch of draft capital. You have Green Bay, I think they've got the youngest team in the league, and you have Detroit, who they're drafting absolutely phenomenally. Who do we have? We don't have a quarterback right now. The one that could be coming back, who I think is great, is going to be coming off an Achilles injury. We have a star wide receiver. Our star tight end got his knee taken out, and we don't know if he'll be playing next season or not. And we have like no draft capital. So
Yeah, but we
we're
got
in,
Jaron Hall.
we have Jaron Hall. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
But I mean, really, the future for the Vikings is not great unless our GM just starts making some moves at free agency, which he has not done the last 2 seasons. We actually have some capital this year, some salary cap, so we can maybe do that. But
Yeah.
we're looking like we're the fourth place team for quite a while right now.
Unless the Vikings go out and have a great draft and get somebody good, make a splash in free agency, which they never seem to do. With all the three other teams, what they're doing in the NFC North, the Vikings are trending down.
We can't draft to save our lives, and that's not just Quessy. That was the end of Spielman too. We just cannot draft. We can't draft defensive players. We can't draft defensive line, offensive line. We can draft wide receivers better than anybody, but that's the one position we can do.
Yeah, you're going to need more than that. That's for damn sure. It doesn't matter if you got Christian Kirk or you got Mormon Mahomes back there with Jaron Hall. You need something more than just one solid. Well, you got two solid with Addison, but yeah, you need more than that. That's for damn sure.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not looking good right now for us. So next year, no expectations, right?
Yeah, no, none.
There's always next year coming for me now.
Now, going back to the Lions-Bucks game, did you see how the Bucks botched the end of this game? They had a timeout left, and they could have called a timeout and had the Lions punt the ball to them with 30 seconds left, down 8, and they didn't call a timeout.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
And sometimes I wonder. It's almost like, do these coaches? I mean, they do real life coaching. They don't want to do it. But it's almost like you can tell. I guarantee in about 10 years, once the kids that grew up with Madden, like you see it with Mike McDaniels and how he innovates and does, you're gonna start seeing people that know what the fuck to do. Like, how much time am I? If I cheat this game all the way down, take some timeouts exactly how you're supposed to. You're gonna start seeing perfect time management by these coaches in a decade or two because they all grew up with a game that simulated. They've simulated thousands of games and how they're supposed to come back from 14 points with a minute and a half and two timeouts.
Yeah, and this they just didn't call it. Game ran out. Like, what are you doing? You're down.
That's weird.
8. I can see if you're down 14, 2 touchdowns, but
Is Baker ever going to get a competent coach, man? Like, seriously, like, he finally got some competency his final year at the Browns, and they go, you know what? Now, let's get rid of him. And then he bounced down to the Panthers, who had him lined up on defensive line. It's getting to the point I feel bad for the guy. I mean, he had a solid enough year where I think he's going to get a job, maybe still with the Bucks. But
it sounds like they both have interest in staying.
Yeah. I mean, I was just looking up his full season stats here. 4,044 yards, 28 TDs, 10 interceptions. I mean, I don't know why, if he's reasonably paid, why you don't go with him a solid, unless you see someone you love that you're going to be able to get in the draft, which you won't because you made the playoff. I mean, I don't know why you just don't keep him for cheaper and overpay for Evans so that the Chiefs don't steal him and just, try and run it back. You're in the NFC South. Sorry, Joey, but there's no solid team that's going to win that thing every year. That's the Big 12 of the NFL. Anyone can win that league any year.
So you bring up the coaching. I haven't watched enough Bucks games to really know Todd Bowles that well. I don't think I saw him speak one word that whole game. Like he just stands on the sideline and you don't see his mouth moving at all. I don't know if he talks at all.
You won't get this, Ryan, but it sounds like he's doing a Fred Hoiberg. He just sits back and lets him play ball. He doesn't correct him at all. He just let's let the game flow a little
Let
bit.
them do their thing.
Yeah.
And
Let
then the
George-
other thing, sorry, go ahead.
I said let George cook.
Yeah.
And
Let
then
Baker cook.
then the other thing, you know, I think you're right. I think we're definitely seeing a trend where we want the next young hot coach, and I think that started with McVay, and now you have McDaniels and all this. Is that what is leading to Bill Belichick getting an interview for one team?
To the Falcons, baby. Ah!
I mean, literally one team has shown interest in him. That is crazy to me to go down maybe the greatest coach ever, and you get one interview.
You ready? You ready for
How long would he stay? He's 72, or will be 72. So-
you want to hear my conspiracy there? What's going to happen?
Let's hear it.
The Bills are going to get tired of a coach that brings up 9/11 too much. They're going to get rid of Sean McDermott. Bill Belichick, the competitor that he is, he wants to beat the Patriots. Same thing with Tom Brady. Takes over for the Bills with Josh Allen and everything pre-built for him.
Or you know, a coach that goes on punt or a fake punt on 4th and 10.
So what happened on that one, I heard, is they saw that there's 10 men on the field, and they made the audible at they didn't go in knowing that, but they made the audible and still got stuffed. I mean,
Okay.
poor DeMar. At least he got his name hung up on that ambulance. Did you see that? Do they still have the stickers on that ambulance with
On the
his-
back windows.
Yeah, the back windows and stuff. Like, oh,
Is there much to say about the Ravens game other than the Ravens are just damn good?
yeah, like you mentioned on there, the Texans. It was a feel-good story. At least we won't have to hear about C.J. Stroud saying "free my pops," and then everyone looks up and realizes why they won't free his pops. Ravens are scary, man. I would say it's. You know what? They held them in the first half. It sounds like they did a lot of blitzing, and it kind of confused them, which gives me encouragement because the Chiefs can blitz pretty well, and we have a solid enough line. But the Ravens are just a different beast, man. You know, I'll be honest. I haven't watched too many full games of them, but everything that I've seen as of late, including that Niners game and in this game of the playoffs, is just like, you better hope that they are not on their A game, because if they are, I don't think there's any team that can stop them. They blew out the 49ers a few weeks back. If the Chiefs play anything less than their A game, I think they get blown out too. Mahomes will do his best. Mahomes is a different beast in the playoffs, but if our defense does what it just did this last week with Josh running as slow as he is, let alone a quarterback that is a shit ton faster, I think we're SOL with how well they're playing.
And isn't that crazy? Just, I mean, 20 weeks ago we were saying about how Lamar is overrated and overpaid, and now he's
overpaid for a running back. Yep.
now
Nobody
he's just
would sign him.
Yeah. They wouldn't sign him. And remember all the teams. Remember the Falcons said we don't need Lamar Jackson. We got Desmond Ridder back here, buddy. We don't need Lamar because we want to go 7-10 again this year, and Lamar might get us sneaky up to like 9-8 or maybe even double-digit wins. They don't want that.
You don't want our draft pick to be too low.
We don't want it too low where we're actually going to get a game changer, but we don't want it too high to get a game changer, but we don't want it too low where we're going to miss out on all the best outside linebackers that we can take.
Sorry, Joey.
I think you know what the Falcons need to turn their franchise around? They just need an Iowa tight end. Just got to draft one, get them on the team, and the Kirkisms will start flowing. It's just like well, this is from a Cyclone fan, but it's like a cancer. It's just going to spread throughout, and then they're going to become a winner.
I thought you were going to say what they need is a 72-year-old coach.
Well, that Kirk Ferentz, is he available?
Brian Ferentz is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get that offensive coordinator out there.
We're looking for youthful coaches now. Brian
Oh.
is available.
I I was youthful. I don't know why I thought youthful. I was like, if Kyle Whittingham from Utah would go to the Falcons, Joey would have a tent pitched right now. We'd love that. But yeah, sorry, I didn't catch too much of the Ravens game. I was scooping snow and stuff, but they're good. They scare me. It should be a good game next week.
Yep.
Yeah.
What are you taking? Because the Chiefs right now are 3.5-point underdogs, over under 44.5. Do you have any way you're betting one way or another?
Are,
I
there
don't
any,
know.
are there any repercussions if I don't say Kansas City?
You can. You just heard me talking, man. I think it's gonna be a tough sell.
I haven't seen anything that has shown that the Ravens can be stopped. I just haven't.
You mean the Ravens stopping CJ Stroud doesn't worry you?
I mean, they stopped CJ Stroud, Mahomes this week. CJ Mahomes, about the same guy, I guess.
But that's the other thing. Like, you don't ever go against Mahomes in the playoffs, so it's just like, yeah.
By the way, my nonchalant response to you there earlier, it was a cover up. It's Mahomes all day. The Chiefs are going to cover and they're going to fucking win, man. Super Bowl bound again. Ravens don't scare me. I've just been kidding the whole time.
The script leaked. It is the Ravens and the 49ers in the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, the color, the Super Bowl color controversy.
You know that, and there's like a picture of somebody's like direct TV that they went to the Super Bowl and clicked on it. And that's who said it was playing.
Oh, who did it say?
The Ravens and the Niners.
Oh shit. So who's getting fired from DirecTV for putting that BS on there?
Yeah. I didn't. It also said who the halftime show was. I didn't realize. Is it honestly Post Malone, Usher, and Reba McEntire?
Yeah.
So Usher's the halftime show. Reba is the national anthem.
Oh, okay. I was like, that is the Usher, Post Malone, and Reba halftime show. That is the most random thing I've ever heard of. Okay, makes more sense.
I wonder if Post Malone's doing America the Beautiful. I don't know what he's doing.
He's gonna be the halftime show, man.
Oh, so have you? Yep. Yep, that is the best conspiracy theory out there.
You know, that red's a little pink, if you ask me.
I would say this 49ers red is a little more maroon. That's a little more Kansas City red.
Yeah.
And the purple is going to match the bruises that on whoever's ass we beat in the Super Bowl. That'll be the purple.
Yeah, the purple's not blue enough to be Lions.
Yeah, it's crazy that they're able to even book Reba McIver.
McIver.
It does. See, I like to pull a little trick on people, and it works better when you're in a bar and you can't, or like some extra noise and you can't quite hear it. But I really love to say the country music singer's name's wrong, and to see if anyone catches on. So I always like to say Reba McIver, and I say Derek Church a lot.
Derek Church.
And you don't say it like really far off, but enough like, what? Yeah, Derek Church, and they go, yeah, Eric Church. Who else? Yeah, you just change a letter here and there, like Garth Brooks. You just say that, and I'm going to tell you next time you think of
Where are the bodies?
Where are the bodies, Brooks? Darth Brooks. Yeah, I mean, you just say that, and it'll piss some people off, but you'll have a good time trolling them.
The Gosh Abbott band.
The Gosh Abbott. Yeah. I'm trying to think. What do you think? What fan? Well, never mind. I was just say, what fans get the most pissed if you got their star's name wrong? It'd be Taylor Swift.
Oh, Tyler Swift.
Yeah, that's a good one. Tyler Swift, and they're like, no, Taylor.
Who?
Yeah, Tyler Swift.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Who's Taylor Swift?
Yeah. I don't know if you want to say the other line. Sorry for the other game. Detroit 7-point underdogs. Niners over under 51.5. God, I honestly I think the Niners squeak out another one, but I think Detroit covers. They just have too good of an offense, and the way that honestly, if Goff has his A+ game, Detroit has a very good shot at winning because the Niners defense has not been what it needs to be the last month. And once they got demolished by the Ravens, I kind of think it's anyone's game right now.
Yeah, I think 7's definitely too big.
Yeah, that 51 over under too. I mean, my rule last year when we did the road to 272, if there was ever an over under started with the 5, take the under. It's 50's getting high for the NFL.
Especially when you think, it's going to be playoff football. I think Detroit not having home field advantage is going to be really big. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be that many points.
I think that's definitely carried them. I think once they finally get into a hostile environment, it's going to be way different. But again, during the Bills game, my mom was commenting how loud they were. I'm like, just let Mahomes cook a little bit. I was like, if he gets a couple big plays, they're going to shut their mouths real quick. And if Goff can do that, because the same thing happened to the Bills. Those Bills had been drinking all day. They're rowdy. They're ready to go. And then all of a sudden, they have 2 big 20-yard plays on the first drive. Whew, that place is silent. All of a sudden, you can just do your thing like normal, man.
Spencer's asking if Purdy's throwing a wet ball again. I don't know what's weather supposed to be.
That I have not looked yet, but I don't know.
Sunny California.
What's that?
It's sunny California. It never rains down there.
Sunny California, and again, we said it before. There's something about like you can look at skill, arm strength that Josh Allen has everything. Sometimes people are just a winner, and right now Purdy has like a 80% winning percentage in his career. I mean, you don't have to have the biggest numbers if you just do not turn the ball over and you're safe with it. I don't know, but yeah, I agree. Get him a bath towel. Get someone to wipe his fucking hands off with. Doesn't he have the gut? What the hell do you call it? The muff? Yeah, does Brock Purdy have a nice muff that he can wear on Sunday?
Give him some hand warmers to put in there.
Yeah. Get some hand warmers. Everyone likes a warm muff, especially when it's cold out.
Did he start the game with the glove on the other day?
Yeah, they're saying something like it, and I can't remember if he wore a glove in college or not.
I think he threw like one pass with it on and took the glove off.
He said, "No, I'm not wearing." He said, "I'm not wearing this protection. I'm going raw."
Going raw in the muff.
Threw it for 20 whole yards.
Arm strength, baby.
It's supposed to be 66 and partly cloudy.
Partly cloudy. Oh shit! That's just going to be a dreary day for the Lions to go back home while Purdy goes to the Super Bowl, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went to California and it wasn't even nice and sunny. That sucks.
God, I mean, seriously, the Lions better hope they go to the Super Bowl because if you lose the biggest game of your career and then afterwards you have to go back home to Detroit, like that would be the worst part. I was going to say nice, sunshiny, beautiful San Francisco, but I've heard some stories about it hasn't been quite the same the last few years.
If you enjoy shit on streets, you're good.
Yeah. Just maneuver around it, folks. Just walk around. We'll be fine. And just wipe your shoe off later. We'll be good.
I like to think of San Francisco as the intro to Full House. That's my San Francisco.
Definitely a lot less poop on the roads in the theme song of Full House than there is right now in real life San Francisco.
Less heroin needles.
What's that?
Less heroin needles.
Yeah, a little less H. So, no, I think either way, honestly, these are probably the best 2 matchups that they could have had. Because you want to hear a crazy thing? Only one way this will work out. But if the Chiefs win and the Lions win, the first game of the season would be Chiefs versus the Lions. The last game of the season, Chiefs versus the Lions. How crazy would that be? NFL script writers, do your thing. That
Yeah.
way, me and my buddy Steven can be pissed off at each other for 2 weeks, saying that our team is going to kick the other team's ass. Then it'll just be a race while we're watching the game together on whose team is playing the other team and the refs. I don't know who would win first, me or Steven in that one, but it would be a sprint. That's for damn sure.
I have faith in you, Bryant.
I better like do some stretches before that game to be ready to go. Oh, fuck. That was a bad pass interference. The script writers, they want to.
Bryant, the game hasn't even started yet. Calm down.
Yeah,
How's the coin toss?
Yeah. Rigged coin. It's weighted. The home side has more lead on that side. I know a rigged coin when I see one. Check both sides. I think they're both heads. It's bullshit.
And here I am. Is that deflated? Is that coin deflated? What's going on here?
Yeah.
That coin, that coin. The hang time was incredible.
It lingered. It's a little weird. Did you see that Lions fan that's been a season ticket holder for 66 years?
Yeah, it was like 89.
I mean, talk
Good
about
for
a fucking. No, that'd be way. I'm 33, and that would have been a 90. That's like a 67.
No, he's 89.
Oh, he is 89. Yes.
Yeah.
I thought you said he started at 8. I'm like, that math ain't math in there, dude.
Yeah, that would put me. I was born 2 years before that.
Yeah, I would say, but like, what a. Sorry, the Lions are a good story, but what a terrible. Like, at what point do you buy season tickets and you're in year 17 and you just have not seen or minimally a good season? Then you get to 91 and you're like, finally, we got a playoff win. And then you get about 9 years after that, it's 2000. It's a new millennium, and you're going, it's been almost a decade since I've seen a playoff win. And then you go 2 more decades past that, and you go, God, this shit's getting old. And then you go 4 more years. Like, at some point, do you think he ever questioned about the money he was just throwing away?
I mean, I wonder how much he spent on season tickets in 66 years.
Too much. That's
a lot.
If also after seeing that stat, if the Lions didn't give that motherfucker a ticket, like just for free, they should have been able to. We'll get you to every game for 66 years of investment. I would hope they gave him a free ticket. I know they didn't because the Fords are probably cheap as shit, but I like to believe that they would have just done that so that they literally probably got more publicity from that photo of the man saying he'd been there for 66 years. Then it would have cost them to just give him a 50-yard line ticket and say, here you go. You get the best of the best. Thank you. I'm glad we're doing our part finally. You're welcome. Christ, the Jaguars made it to the AFC Championship a few years back, and that team hasn't been around since the last time they won a playoff game. Sorry, got me all fired up there. It just got me pissed at that old man, how much money he's wasted on him.
You're a man of the people. I appreciate it.
It's just, it's the Stanley conspiracy all over again. The Lions could have just literally done that for that one TV cameo spot, and everyone goes, did you see that Lions fan? And it would have been worth the money.
They could have given him the keys to a new F-150.
Yeah.
We're gonna shoot a video of us giving you the F-150 and you driving to the stadium and going to your 50-yard line seat.
They'll do a fake documentary where there's a camera in the bushes, and one of the Ford brothers or sister, who are the fuck still alive up there, walking up to a man and just go, here, out of the kindness of my heart, I'm going to give you a brand new Ford. Just a couple steps back, I didn't hit my mark. Okay, here's your new Ford, and then just give them the car, and they would have sold so many more Fords. We need more electric trucks out there. That's what they would have done. They would have given them an electric truck. They wouldn't have given them an actual selling vehicle.
Yeah, if I guarantee you, if Elon owned the Texans, he'd be giving free cyber trucks to everybody.
Oh, and they'd probably say, "Can I give it back?" Have you seen some of those? I'm sorry, those are ugly as shit, man. Like,
terrible.
If Elon would say, like, do you want a free Cybertruck? I would, of course, take it. But goddamn, would I feel like a fucking moron driving around with that shit, man? Like, yeah, I'm in a video game and my truck hasn't fully loaded yet. Trust me, there's more pixels to come, I swear. Also, I can't drive through a car wash with this thing. Yeah, I know it's stupid. Electric car. Can't get wet. Who'd have thunk? God, that cybercar's so fucking dumb, man.
It's so terrible.
I'm sorry. I'm just looking up what a Ford electric truck looks. They look all right.
They
I
look
always
like
think
an
it's
F-150.
weird though.
This F-150, yeah.
Yeah, the Ford F-150 electric F-150. I always think it's weird that I know you don't need to have the air intake from the grill. I just think it's weird to see it closed off though. Anytime I see one.
Yeah.
At
Also, I
least
think
lie
it's-
to me. Pretend that there's a grill. Just lie to me.
Also, I know this is really going off subject here, but I want to pull it up. Isn't that weird that you have a truck with all the capacity in the back here, and then you have to put a trunk in the front there? Isn't that weird?
I mean, you don't put a motor and engine there anymore, so might as well have a front.
I guess, but I just think it's really odd. Like, hey, I'm gonna put my yeah, if you have your suitcase or whatever, yeah, it's nice to have that built-in space, but Christ, with how those electric motors do not hold a charge, I'd be worried about adding any more weight than myself in there. It's probably already losing a whole mile per gallon with my fat ass sitting in it. It's taking too much tow. I need more power, Scotty.
It's like, for how long if cars had a hood and there's a motor under it, and now the hood's up, they're broke down. Every time I'm at the golf course and get my golf clubs out of the hood of my vehicle, like my hood's up, they're probably think that my truck broke down.
Every time I'd see that, I would think for half a second, cool, and then half a second I'd go, what a jackass. You did nothing wrong. You just are pulling your clubs out of the front of the car, though. That's it.
See, I always thought, I drive 2 miles to go to work, 2 miles to come back from work. Having an electric vehicle would be not so bad for that type of situation. And then it gets to be negative 50-degree wind chill, and those batteries would not be good with that.
Yeah. No. Yeah. You remember how you could normally get 200 miles to the 200 miles to the battery on this thing? It's cold out now. You're down to 170. Oh, you want a heater because it's negative degrees out? 150. Like immediately you do anything with an electric vehicle and just like, oh, you want to listen to your iPod? 100. From 150 you're going 147 now. Like everything just burns that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you want to charge your phone? Hope you didn't want to go 2 more miles, buddy.
Yep.
Spencer, you are 100% right. They give them the electric truck, and then they charge them to put the charger in the house.
Well, we spent way more time on football than what I thought we would, mainly because of my endless ranting. But should we go to something a little less serious?
One would say this is more serious if we're going to elect a president of the United States on this podcast right now.
Yeah,
the country's been doing so good lately at electing presidents. Let's fix this.
The correct way to decide a president.
So basically, last week we talked about making I said an academic decathlon because I was going off of Billy Madison, but I mean just a decathlon. So all of us, I don't know how many ideas you guys came up with. I kind of came up with my own decathlon because I don't have anything going on in life. So, so that was me. I kind of, with my ideas, I did a mix of just fun things and then looking at what past presidents may or may not have been good at and just making it up from there.
So I've got two events for this decathlon.
Brian, how many do you have?
Oh, I put a few because I wasn't sure if we were doing one complete list, but I put some honorable mentions in there. Now, I did have a question though. Is this just any president, or are you talking about most likely the one that's coming up, Biden versus Trump?
This is how we are going to elect a president from
going forward all the time. Okay.
Yes.
Any president. But I'm taking cues from prior presidents on a few of mine, just to Well, right. Trent, you only have 2, so why don't we let you go?
All right, I've got 2, so I'll give you both of mine here. Now, with the decathlon for the Olympics, I went with one of those. I think it would be funny as hell to see them try to do a pole vault. So let's see it. President's got to attempt a legit. It's like 15 feet tall or whatever. I don't know how tall they are. They got to do a pole vault.
You do they get it like in Game of Thrones? They can have their champion, the person that fights for them. Do they have to do it themselves, or can they can Biden elect Kamala Harris to you're going to do mine?
No, they do it themselves.
That's
It
for the
has to be-
vice presidential decathlon, Brian.
Yes. The vice
Okay,
has to do the exact same thing.
See, because I just want to make sure, because again, I don't want to speak wrong here, but I'm have a really hard time imagining any president is going to be able to strike this pose here and make it look good, because I have a feeling they're going to be tumbling to the ground.
Or not one of them's making it over the bar,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is what makes it a great event, I think.
I like it. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I want to see how far up the pole vault they go before they fall on their ass.
Oh, could you imagine Donnie T out there with the pole vault thing running down there?
It'd be the greatest,
Taking it
the
in.
greatest pole vault you've ever seen. Believe me.
China.
I'll fly over. Yeah.
And then, okay, so that's my first one.
Yeah.
And the next one, I mean, if we are going to elect a president of the United States, I think we do the most American thing there is you could do. And that is a Nathan's hot dog eating contest, just like the 4th of July. Get them out
Okay.
there. I want to see Hillary Clinton. It'd be the Hillary Clinton meme on the stage. She's standing there. I want to see her try to take down 70 dogs.
You want to see Hill Dog with some wieners in her mouth? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Trent, you've got to now make the picture of her walking up to a hot dog eating stand.
Just standing next to Joey Chestnut at the hot dog eating contest.
Dude, wait, like that? I mean, I could. That kind of looks a little bit like Hillary, a little bit.
Okay.
Don't insult that poor girl. What is your problem with her?
I'm just trying to not be the next one on our list. Is all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to see which one looks like the best. That looks pretty presidential right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one specifically. How many dogs can they chow down on?
Yep.
So I had one that was actually somewhat similar to that.
Okay.
Let me get my list out here. It is, how many pieces of bubble yum can you fit in your mouth?
Bubble yum?
Do you remember the brick bubble gum? That was
I
hard as a
remember
rock.
bubble
But,
Yeah.
yep. People try to put as many, and then you get the big brick of gum like that big in there. Yeah.
Are you talking about the most pieces or the biggest
Biggest wad.
bubble? The biggest wad?
Yeah, the biggest wad. How many pieces? I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand. You have pieces.
I think Hillary wins that one. Oh, you said gum. Never mind.
Do you not? Are you too young to know bubble yum, not gum? Bubble yum.
I will look it up here. Bubble yum. No, it's the one with the goose on it, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, those things. Yeah, those.
Yeah, I know
things
what bubble yum is. I don't know if I've ever bought it in my life.
Man. Oh, I didn't know that was his present. Thank you, Spencer.
got-
I did not realize that was his choice of gum.
Bubble yum?
Apparently,
Bubble yum is your Spence. We're gonna
no,
talk.
apparently,
later.
apparently that's Pete Carroll's choice for gum.
Oh, Pete Carroll. I thought you said Spence's.
Well, he's the one who made the comment.
He's available. Pete Carroll or Kirk Ferentz, who chooses the most gum? Who becomes president?
Kirk.
Kirk?
Yeah.
Kirk, and then it doesn't matter what his policies are, how bad of a president is, he keeps going,
Hey.
man.
I'm going to tell you, he's not going to correct the budget. He's not. I think what are we 74 trillion in debt or some shit? 34. He won't get us out of debt, but he won't go put us any farther in debt. He's going to keep us exactly where we are the next 4 years. That's a Kirk Ferentz promise. We're not going anywhere, baby.
Technically,
We're staying
that's a
in one
win.
spot. That would be a win. He'd get reelected. 8 more years of Kirk, and I agree with that. Keep him in Iowa.
Hey, he gets tenure. He gets more than 8 years.
Oh Lord. Can I admit something? And I consider myself pretty smart, and I went to college, and I know what it is. But for the longest time, tenure, I thought it was spelled like tenure.
Oh,
And then it made me think: do you get tenure by being there for 10 years? Is that where tenure comes from? Can you answer any of that for me?
I don't know where that came from, but I just saw Trent's picture, and every week we're gonna have a new one, and it's just fantastic.
Oops. You don't want to know about academic tenure. The first thing I wrote in there, I said, where does tenure come from? And it says, in response to Nazi manipulations of university faculty in Germany, the modern conception of tenure in the United States, something 1940. Tenure comes from Nazis. So if you're a professor that doesn't want to get fired because you're doing a bad job, Nazi. Sorry,
Brian or Kurt.
Yeah, sorry, Kirk. Yeah, with your tenure. You know who else used to have tenure in 1945? All right. Trent, how else should we elect president?
that was my 2.
Oh shit! Oh sorry. I did. We have pole vault, bubble yum, hot dog eating contest. A lot of food based.
Mm-hmm.
What else you got, Ryan?
So I think you have to do the pole vault at the end when you're all full of gum and hot dogs.
Oh, all the wieners in your tummy.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you're not supposed to swallow the gum you want.
Don't swallow. Is swallowing gum bad for you?
I think if you have that big of a wad, it's fine.
It isn't harmful if swallowed. Thank you, Google. I'm gonna eat all my gum from now on.
Well, like I said, I've got a few that are just based off of past presidential performances. So I have some low-hanging fruit. The first one, very obvious, the walking upstairs contest.
Oh, that's going to be a tough one as of late. All these geriatrics. I'm surprised. It'll be interesting if we ever see who is that? Was that FDR that was in the wheelchair?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was like, hey, he has polio, but he's an American president. Show some damn respect. I don't think we're ever going to see a president that is hobbled again. They'll immediately sign a weakness and they'll just kick him out. They'll keep him in the White House and you'll never see him. No one with a cane or walker or nothing.
You haven't seen our current president, have you?
Hey, you know what? Climbing stairs, getting into that jet is tough at times, all right? I'm not going to act like I haven't tripped every once in a while, just not as often.
Don't worry. I am making fun of every president that it's not just one.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, it would be really hilarious to see how Donald Trump would react if he fell down a flight of stairs. I think that would be hilarious. And how he would play it off in his next interview.
Yes.
Because he'd talk about how Rudy Giuliani would fall worse. Like, he would just deflect it, and call Jeb Bush a moron or something. He'd be like, yeah, but you fell down the stairs. What do you mean? Jeb's gay. That's all he'd say. What? No, he's got a wife and kids. What do you mean? He's gay.
That's hilarious. No, this one's kind of poking fun at Trump. You remember when he had the national championship team, whatever team it was, and he ordered a bunch of fast food?
Yes.
Who orders the best fast food national championship menu?
Oh, okay. Now you're starting to think of the people here.
Yeah.
Because yeah, exactly. Who orders, you could just get your Big Macs. First off, Big Mac is basic bitch. Who the fuck? I think I've said it too. Who orders a Big Mac? Isn't it one of you that gets Big Macs all the time?
No, not me.
I'm going double quarter powder if I'm going to Walmart.
Thank God.
Okay.
I can't remember who it was. Someone in my life was like, yeah, I get a Big Mac every time I go to McDonald's. I go, what is wrong with you? Were you eat lead paint chips as a kid? Were you dropped? Why would you get... The Big Mac was a 90s gimmick, and they just never took it. I don't... have you seen that guy that's eaten 40,000 Big Macs?
Eating multiple a day.
Yeah, like, you know, I always think about if I would become super focused on something like don't take this the wrong way, but like, there's people that are like autistic. It's like I know 100% about trains and I categorize and everything. That guy's just Big Macs. What a terrible one to like just super focus on. Hey, I categorized every Big Mac I've had in my life, and I know when the boxes change. It's like, what an irrelevant piece of information. There's some savants that know every chess move. There's some that you could name what September 12th of 1483, if that's a Tuesday or not, and his is Big Macs. So any president says Big Mac, I'm choosing the other one. It doesn't even matter what they choose. Big Mac is a basic bitch answer.
I'm going to go with more basic and say Chick-fil-A. I got to get the Chick-fil-A. But the thing was, is Trump was nice enough to order from a bunch. He ordered multiple things. So Chick-fil-A chicken. I'm going to go with Culver's Butterburgers.
Yeah, you're gonna crucify me. Chick-fil-A is overrated. I don't get the hype about it, man.
We've had this discussion, and
It's good.
I respectfully go after yourself, but yeah, I get it.
Respectfully,
Yeah.
sit on sharp rocks. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't want you to die or anything. I'm just,
Yeah. I want a little pinch. Ooh, a little pinch. Yeah.
Chick-fil-A is good, but I mean, I'll get Chick-fil-A. I'll eat it. It's good. It tastes good, but
Okay, where is your favorite chicken sandwich from, Brian?
Wendy's.
They do have a good
spicy chicken.
I'll give you
Wendy's.
And I will say that Popeyes is also very
Popeyes is great. It's excellent.
Only had it once. I can't say for or against.
very good. But I'm gonna say Chick-fil-A is tops for me.
So there's a Chick-fil-A on Augustana's campus, and like once a week we say to her, as soon as I punch out for lunch, I'm hopping in my truck, driving the 6 blocks down to Augie's campus and going to get Chick-fil-A. Still haven't done it.
One of these days, it's on your bucket list, right?
Yeah, we get a half hour, but it's less than a mile away from the hospital.
Oh, I didn't say
So
that. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna move on to my next ones, but you had something else to say. So
No, I was just saying I would judge if someone ordered the Big Mac or Chick-fil-A. It doesn't strike me that a president would want a restaurant that's closed 1 out of 7 days. Doesn't work full capacity. But if they said Wendy's, and whoever can bring back the snack wrap to Wendy's, they have my vote 100%.
Snack wrap was
Communist Party,
McDonald's, wasn't
they
it?
bring back snack wrap, they got my vote.
Wasn't snack wrap McDonald's?
Whatever the snack wrap version from Wendy's.
Okay. I guess I didn't know they had it.
The Wendy's nuts wrap, whatever it was called. I want that one back.
You might be onto something. If they make it and call it that, they're gonna sell the hell out of it.
Yeah, there's so many like food items that have gone in and out of style, like the Burger King chicken fries, the spicy nuggets from Burger King. Honestly, Burger King has so many items that they've just made their menu shit now. I mean, if a president could bring back the Burger King menu from 5 years ago, I'd probably vote for them too.
this was an important thing to bring up.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, in the next election, if one of them says, I'm going to bring back the snack wrap from Wendy's, is all I'm going to say is they're going to have a few mail-in ballots from old Wilkesy. I'm going to make sure I get as many votes in as possible. I'm going to help my elderly neighbors. Who'd you want? Yeah, sure. Snack wrap guy all the way down. Send it.
Just found 300,000 snack wrap votes in a truck.
Oh, overnight, 150 extra snack wrap votes. Who the hell would have 150,000 snack wrap votes? Who would have thunk? Out of nowhere, just overnight. So, any more, Ryan?
Yeah, I've still got a few more. This one is based off of from the George Bush era. Number 1, the dodging a shoe contest.
I knew it. I was just like, who can dodge a shoe, dodge a wrench, dodge a shoe, dodge a ball?
Got to get those reflexes going. And then we got to get to the academic portion of it. The quote your favorite sayings, and this comes from his famous "Fool me once, you can't fool me again" speech.
So it's who's the most quotable?
No, just the presidents need to figure out their most favorite quote of their lifetime,
Yeah,
memorize it, and try to re-say it again.
I mean, George Bush, W. Bush, has got to be like, terrorism is really bad. We're going to stop it. Now watch this drive.
Yeah, and watch this guy. And I'm going to tell you, clutch athlete George Bush.
Oh, yeah.
We all see these photos of Obama doing a layup versus a basketball player that wasn't trying 100% because he didn't want to get kicked the fuck out of Obama's basketball league. But George Bush, 9/11, that pitch was legit,
Yeah.
and that drive was legit. I mean, he was 2 for 2 on solid moments. Now watch this drive. I mean, how many times have you said to your buddies, "Now watch this drive," and you completely fuck it up, or you chunk it?
Duck hook it so hard.
It's like a 60% fail rate for sure. 10% that you strike it beautifully, and you go, "That's why I'm the fucking king." You know.
Now, going back to Ryan's shoe dodging.
Yeah.
Every time I see that clip, I'm like, how freaking cool would it have been? Like, the dude stands up and throws the shoe, and George Bush is just like, and he catches it. One-handed. That would have been sweet.
The war would have been over at that point then and there.
Yeah.
They would have been like, if the president does that, imagine what the soldiers will do. And they would have stood down.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 4 more left. So, Bryant, do you wanna go?
Mine are way more modern than your guys's. You guys are talking about like actual physical. I think I'm more a man of the people here. The 3 that I had, first one was a Halo 2 tournament, and I wanted you guys, should we do shotties and swords allowed, or I don't know, but like I think that'd be a good first one. See how you react. Next one that I have, Mario Kart, because I'm going to judge one if you're going to be a winner. And I'm talking about Mario Kart 64. I haven't kept up with all the Wii and the Wonder Yet.
The new ones aren't near as good.
Yes.
New ones suck compared to the new ones suck compared to the 64 version.
There's just too much.
64 is simplistic. You don't need more than that.
I think you go.
Have you seen the
Super Nintendo Mario Kart, the OG Mario Kart?
Have you seen the Mario Brothers movie?
Yeah.
Okay, first off, great movie.
5 times.
Yeah, great movie. First of all, second, there's the part of the movie where they're at Donkey Kong's area and they have the different chassis and all that stuff, building the different carts. That's what it's like now. You build your carts and stuff. It sucks. To be honest.
No, I'm talking Mario 64. And I, because I'm going to judge you on who actually wins, and then who chooses Wario. If anyone chooses Wario, they get my vote immediately because they're clearly the smartest person. Because Wario's the best in Mario Kart 64. One of the slowest accelerations, but he's got the highest top end speed.
Yep.
Spence, now that I hear it, I agree. Needler's only 100%. So whichever president is the best in this Halo 2 tournament. And I just put good old, this one actually might have some merit to it, Texas Hold'em. See what their bluffs are. See who can actually call their shit, who can play a strategic hand. Is anyone smart enough to count cards? And really, it's a little more cognitive test, too. Can you count to 21? I don't know. I need to see some of these current candidates do that. Because I think you'd see Chris Christie, he wouldn't be at the table, but he'd be sweating up a storm, so you'd know what his bluff is. You know, I mean, who's the one that just dropped out? What's DeSantis? Yeah, I mean, he'd be walking over and tripping over his 5-inch heels, so he'd immediately be out. I mean, Vivek would just keep buying in because he's the money guy now. But I think Texas Hold'em would be a good one. What's that?
Got buybacks.
Yeah, buybacks. See, I think also I just watched Casino Royale the last week, so I think that might have influenced my decision making there a little bit too. You know what? Another one, just self-serving for us too. Who can make a podcast I can listen to for 15, 30 minutes on, and however often they pull? Because I can listen to Daniel Tosh every time, and he can talk about paint drying. I can listen to us all the time because we're so great. What president's going to make the best podcast with no ads? I don't want any ads. Just you're not going to make more money from a man. Pennies on the dollar. Just get through the subject.
Yeah, that's what insider trading is for. If you're a congressman, you don't need ads.
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna they already inside trade, and they'd have ads to influence more people buying the stock that they already bought to agree. We already know it's built in. That's why there's no congressman with podcasts. So conflict of interest. I've solved it right there.
Yep. Because they're the most ethically and moral people on the planet. So you don't want that.
Yeah. See, what we would do is it would go. This is Nancy Pelosi, and you're on the Pelosi Hour, brought to you by Lockheed Martin. We just have an ad for 90 seconds about how all these weapons are great, and it definitely isn't influenced their stock at this point.
Yep.
Also, another one. Who's that big Pennsylvania Fetterman? Whoever can take down Fetterman just gets president. I don't care. That big old fucking ogre. Just take it. I don't even care about his headlock, double leg takedown.
He looks.
If anyone,
He looks
if
like a
anyone fireman
professional
carries
wrestler.
him, king. What's that?
He looks like a professional wrestler.
Exact. I want Fetterman to wear the Big Show, the singles. I want Fetterman wearing that, and then whoever can do a fireman carry or pin him. I say we get rid of president. We just institute king, because I know there's no presidential candidate can take that ogre down.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my god.
God, fucking Fetterman. What a.
Was that all of yours then, Bryant?
Yeah, that's all mine. A few of those were just off the cuff here, but
I like them. So the rest of mine, I've got one more that's based off of past presidential. This is another academic one based off of Clinton. Who is going to be best at defining what the word is for me?
Is
Yeah, that's a Clinton quote.
oh god, yours have a lot of Clintons. I think you're just trying to get Hillary
Clinton
elected
one
here,
for
buddy.
me. This is the only Clinton one for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry. I can't get it out of my mind. I had to see it, so
Trent, your picture's perfect.
That's
whoever
Hillary.
pulls off the Big Show
Hillary
costume, president too.
coming in to make a podcast.
Oh no.
She's our first guest. And then this. Okay, so now these ones are more. Trent's gonna be assassinated tonight. These ones are more of the common ones. So we talked about Bush hitting a nice drive there. All the presidents and candidates typically golf. We got to get ourselves a presidential club championship. Who's the best golfer?
And no cheating, Donnie T.
No cheating.
Last five.
It's so funny that he won his club championship, but he pre-golfed.
Yeah.
He was there 5 days ago.
Yeah. Oh, did you not know you can just choose your best round that no one was around for? Yeah,
Go through the Gin app and find the best round I played all year. This is it.
Hey,
the Secret Service was there. It was. They said they saw it.
Uh-huh.
3-point shooting contest, 15 balls. I made 14 3 days ago. Good luck. Come on, man. This is gonna be a little blasphemous. That's pushing Zhang Il or Zhang Un level of the levels of 18 shot 18.
Yeah.
No, there's no fucking way you did, man.
Jim
18
Cobb.
holes in ones.
Hey, I hate losing too, man. But geez, Louise, you can't just straight up lie that bad.
Next one. Which of the candidates, and this is to see how good their patience is, which one can watch the cringiest TikTok and Twitch streamers without going crazy?
Are any of them Chiefs fans? Because they've seen Jackson Mahomes on the sidelines a few times.
Okay, you have to watch 24 hours of Jackson Mahomes videos, and who doesn't want to just split their wrists?
He did. He didn't post a lot, but there's some very cringy ones. I think if I'll just start sending you guys really cringy ones, and you'll know like you'll look at it and go, Jackson Mahomes actually isn't that bad. By the way, we haven't, other than us talking about him, no one's heard from him this year.
No,
So,
he had to wait till the case got dropped.
I forgot about that. I was gonna say Patrick's payoff is definitely literally paying off for us. No one even brings him up anymore.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? And then
It is. It really is.
my last one. You have a week where there's 16 NFL games. Who has the best betting record betting on every game?
Thank you. That was, I knew there was one. I was thinking the same thing. Who now, Trent? You're not president. We're not doing that shit. It was bullshit. The first few weeks you're betting on minus 600 odds for the Bills to beat the Panthers.
Yeah,
That ain't. No, just kidding. Still beat our
I
ass.
had a
If it was
worse,
within,
I had a worse record doing that.
yeah, you actually did. It was bullshit. We made fun of you, and then you got better with the harder odds. What the hell is this?
Yeah.
oh, that's a good idea, Spencer.
Yeah, sports betting start with $500 here. March Madness tournament only. Highest total equals president. Lowest or first to lose it all, vice president. See, and then we get what's the JF thing? Bipartisan, is that what it means when both sides come together?
Yeah.
You'd have bipartisanship, a Dem and a Republican, or maybe what's the stupid third one that never wins?
Libertarian, not libertarian.
Yeah, libertarian. No, that's exactly what I was thinking. Libertarian. Oh, and Green Party. God,
Green.
imagine
Party.
the Green Party. We're just all secret good gamblers. All of a sudden, we had Jill Stein because she fucking hit a Villanova over in the second round. Like, what the fuck? I'd be down for it though, because if she hit it and I didn't, I'd go, well, she knew.
She
But
knew.
if she knows this, she very clearly will know about Middle East relations. So.
See, that's the thing is we brought up the important matters. Being able to balance your budget with sports betting, that's pretty important.
Yeah. And we're not just going to refill it like all of us do in our accounts because we eventually lose it all. We're America, damn it. We're going to win in the end.
I wish I was one of those people who was so good at sports betting you could just make a living off of it.
I hear some people just like, they go, yeah, man, I had a pretty good weekend. I withdraw money. I'm like, what do you mean withdraw your money? You make enough money to take some out? What the fuck do you mean by that?
Yep. It was the Jeopardy guy the guy that makes all that money that's how he does his living.
James Holtz.
Yeah, James Holzhauer.
Holzhauer, that's it.
Yep.
God, that must be nice. Just knowing numbers that well.
Just go sit at MGM and bet on games every day. Yep.
Also,
I'm working.
You know what's good about this betting one too? You'd see the true character of a man when he has a bad beat and see how he reacts. Because like there's plenty of times you make a deal with a country overseas, they pull out last second. How are you going to react all of a sudden when some St. John's forward chucks up a shot and he covers plus 3.5 because of a bullshit shot that shouldn't have ever been made in the first place?
He hasn't made a 3 all year.
Exactly. And elbows out, classic 6-year-old or 6th grader style.
Mm-hmm.
Just chucks it and makes it.
You know what you do when that happens? You can look and see what the live is on the Weber State game and try to make up for it on that game.
I like that we just keep coming up with more and more obscure college names. And then you look at the Pittsburgh State line, figure out how the Apes are doing. Oh, the Gorilla. Shit, I missed it. Damn it.
Yep. Then, go see what Albany College is doing and go from there.
Yeah. You know what would really get me to elect a president? They go, you know what? We're going to reset college football realignment. Everyone's back to their conferences from 15 years ago. The Big 12 back to what it was. Yeah. They do that. They're going to get the whole middle of the country. It's all going to be red or blue, whichever one decides it. Green, who gives a shit?
Everyone's going to be red for Nebraska.
Yep. Gary Johnson says that he's going to get at least 4% of the general populace vote.
That's right. All right. So before we finish up, I've got this stupid question from Reddit, and it's under stupid questions. So.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just declaring it a stupid question. I was like, okay, it is under the category r/stupid question.
Yeah. Although this is a great question. Okay. So the headline: excuse me. How can I, 25 male, ask my girlfriend, 24 female, to change her behavior without embarrassing her? Here's the question. Over the past few weeks, I have been suspecting my girlfriend of waffle stomping while in the shower. I take a shower after her in the morning and it began smelling like a toilet. Then today, my beliefs were confirmed when I found a few pieces stuck in the drain cover. We don't have any
Yep.
pets and there were no visitors, so it was definitely her. How can I make her aware and that I know that what she is doing and asking her to stop pooping in the shower without embarrassing her? Number one, go to Reddit and ask that. That's good. That's one way.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's poll the internet. I'm sure you're going to get a normal response there.
Waffle stomping them turds right down the drain.
I'm sorry, you just caught me off guard with so he goes to the internet, wants to figure out how do I stop my girlfriend from shitting in the shower, huh?
And without embarrassing her. So again, go to the internet and let everyone see it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't even know. There's not a tactful way you can do this, right? You can't just, hey babe, funny thing, the other day, I was showering, looked down at my feet and a few specks down there, and I examined it and saw bits of waffle left down there.
There's a
You know,
kernel of corn in there.
no. Yeah, I think you just got to be straight. I mean, I'm pretty sure when if something happens, you wouldn't be going to the internet. You'd be going, WTF? What the hell's going on here?
So for me, I'm pretty straightforward, and obviously this guy they're obviously living together,
Yeah.
and so me and my wife are very straightforward with each other. It'd be one of those deals like, oh hey, how's your day at work? My day was pretty good. Had a handful of patients. Oh, and by the way, can you stop shitting in the shower? It's fucking disgusting.
You know when they say before you leave the house you have to shit, shave, and shower? It doesn't mean do them at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, babe, you need to continue washing, using the shower. You got to wipe all that hair because you're shaving. Also, stomp your shit down the drain better. Say that. See if she catches on. I mean, I don't even know how you. I don't know where you're thinking, because it'd make me question every logical thing that she would ever do. We just have a little poster. If you're listening, it's just feet in a shower drain with very small holes. I would never look at what comes out and go, yeah, this fits. It so naturally fits. I'm going to have to use my foot to stomp on it several times. Do you think he's ever just been outside the shower and all of a sudden he's what the fuck? What the hell is that? He probably got alluded to at one time. He just said, "Here's a whoop," and slip and thud because didn't have her footing quite right. But yeah, like I mean, that would just question everything. Like, so you think that's the solution, huh? Like, where does that even start? How have you not been shamed before that?
I mean, you have to move out, don't you? Like, just
Yeah.
you don't even tell her. It's just she's gone for a girls' weekend, and you just pack your stuff and leave. Like that's what you have to do, right?
Let's be real honest. It probably wouldn't be that big of a deal. But the first time you see those bare feet, like if she ever, sometimes I would assume you and your wives are being a little gross and like, haha, put a toe next to your feet. See, they say, I would know what those feet have done, and I would punch the shit out of that heel. Get that out of my fucking face. I'm not dealing with that. You know where those feet have been. You know what's been on those feet.
This guy's looking back at every single foot rub that he gave.
Yeah, exactly. Smearing feces, man. Just like spreading peanut butter. Just
No, it's not like spreading peanut butter. It's not at all like butter. I put peanut butter in my sandwiches. I don't put poop on my sandwiches.
That's what I was just saying. Chunky peanut butter, I guess. I don't know.
Got a peanut in it.
You just need to. I agree. I think you just move out. I think you just end it, and then when she asks, well, why did you not tell me? You just go, you know why. She'll know at that point. She'll go through it like subconsciously. what do I do that's weird that would have caused? Oh, yeah, it's probably, you know, I did clip my nails in front of him, and he told me to stop, and it was loud and irritating, the click, 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 but I didn't listen to him. That was the weirdest thing I did. It was definitely not the private thing I do in the shower that I think is, I'm a little sneaky sneak with it, when actually I'm just leaving it in the drain.
I think he's
Well-
entitled to, on the way out, just leave one in the shower for.
Or does he use it for leverage? Does he keep it open for like, now I can do my weird thing that I've been self-conscious about?
Oh, there you go.
Because hers, she just takes care of in the shower. He never has to see it occasionally. And at that point, it's your wife. Just do a little stomping of your own. Get it out of there. But then I think he's entitled to that. And he goes, yeah, but what about your thing? See, I think he's got an open pass now. It's a hall pass for whatever the hell his one weird thing. That's reasonable.
Hey, babe, you know that one thing you won't do in the bedroom? Yeah, you're gonna do it now.
Oh, no. You're gonna let the dog sleep in the bed. I've been begging for you to say it's unsanitary. Dog sleeps in the bed now. That's my demand. I agree. Bedroom stuff like that.
Not more unsanitary than your poop feet.
Yeah, what are you, a dog or a cat? You're not even like a cat and graciously putting it all away. I've seen it the other day. Bury your shit. Literally.
I had heard of waffle stomping, but I didn't realize people actually did that.
Yeah.
See, I thought it was one of those joke things too. Ha ha.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I thought it was a joke thing.
I get you want to be green. You want to use less water. No, that ain't the route you need to take, Jack. Figure out a new way.
And especially, like the toilet's right there. It's just right there.
Yeah.
I think the real problem here is just laziness. Like she needs a better work ethic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Again, you're questioning a lot of things about your wife now when she does that.
Not my wife.
Wait, hold on.
Not my
Is that
wife.
girlfriend?
Yeah, girlfriend.
Are
The thing
you-
is, there's
Okay.
Are you Reddit guy?
yeah.
Reddit. Yeah.
Hey, what was
Yeah, it was Reddit user RV123 crazy random. He's got a problem with his wife. I just wanted to jokingly bring it up to you guys.
This guy's
You
name
see
is
right
Johnny
through it, right?
Walker MMA. So
Johnny Walker
You do
MMA.
like your whiskey.
yeah, but I don't like MMA.
Huh.
And I'll be honest, I'm not a Johnny Walker is not. It's not pinky up enough for me. So
Yeah, sounds like somebody who doesn't want to give up their alias. That sounds like they would say.
don't tell
He
Beck
doesn't
that
give him his throwaway.
don't tell Beck that I told her secret. Okay.
That we're on to her.
Shit. Oh shit. Well, should we end it there before we keep going downhill on this spiral here?
Let's wrap it up.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. Are you guys doing a amateur hour this week?
Yep. Things came up last week and we just skipped it.
Okay.
And our team lost and we didn't want to talk about
I
it.
was gonna say if you weren't, I could go on and do a Angel Reese happy hour, but it's
Ooh, hour and a half breakdown of how Angel Reese is the GOAT.
yeah. Yes.
All right. I'll invite Joey.
Feel free to join us there, Ryan.
You guys do it Thursday, don't you?
Wednesday at 9:30
Wednesday?
typically.
Yeah, I better not. My knowledge of college is not good. So yeah, watch them Wednesday at 9:30 Central Time.
That's one thing you need to be on amateur hour. You have to be very smart about college sports. That's why we're on it.
Yes. That's why I am not. I tried to do college for a little while there, and it just does. My interest isn't held long enough.
That's all good. Well, if you think of something you want us to talk about, you send it over.
All right, sounds good. I'll send you my Kim Mulkey pictures.
I'll save them in a special file.
Right here. All right here.
Oh yeah, it's in the bank.
All right. Well, I don't know what we're going to talk about next week, but join us again next week for the Funcast. I'm sure we'll have breakdown of the Chiefs.
We'll talk about the Mahomes Purdy Super Bowl where I cannot lose.
That is a fair question. Say the Chiefs and the 49ers do get in there. The Chiefs lose, but Brock Purdy wins. Are you still upset?
yeah, I'd be initially upset, but then I'd know all the haters would have to shut the hell up about Purdy. Like, it would still be a win-win. Like right now, still the worst season in Mahomes' history is an AFC Championship on the road. So like, we're sitting on borrowed time right now with how this regular season went. But obviously, like long term, I'd probably say I want to have Mahomes win just so we can really get the GOAT debate with the start of Mahomes' career before he was 30 compared to Tom Brady's career. Really just start pissing off some Pats fans that still have it good with saying he's the GOAT, Let's put a little heat on him. They've had it too easy the last 25 years.
Well, he's not the GOAT, but I'm sorry to tell you this. That goes to
Tom Brady?
That goes to Jordan Love.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, geez. Let's fucking end it now before we really start arguing here.
All right, everyone have a wonderful night.
See you.